In a world where stress, challenges, and unexpected situations are constant, how we react can define our outcomes. Rather than letting emotions dictate our actions, we can train our minds to respond with intention and clarity. Learning how to stop reacting impulsively and start responding thoughtfully not only improves decision-making, but also promotes emotional well-being. This shift from reaction to response empowers us to control our thoughts, regulate our emotions, and approach life with more patience and purpose. Here's how you can develop this powerful mindset and transform your life. Today we will talk about how to train your mind to stop reacting and start responding. So before we start, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. 1. Understanding reacting versus responding. In everyday life, we often find ourselves reacting instead of responding, especially under stress or in emotionally charged situations. The key difference between reacting and responding lies in the awareness and control we have over our actions. Reacting is impulsive. It's driven by emotional triggers that bypass the conscious mind. Responding, on the other hand, requires mindfulness. It's a deliberate and measured action that comes from a place of calm. To train your mind, you first need to become aware of when you're reacting and start observing these moments. Practicing mindfulness is one effective way to develop this awareness. The goal is to recognize emotional triggers, pause, and then make a conscious decision on how to respond. By practicing self-awareness and keeping a cool head, you create a gap between stimulus and reaction, enabling you to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. 2. The role of mindfulness in shifting responses. Mindfulness is the cornerstone of moving from reactive behaviors to responsive ones. When you're mindful, you are fully present and aware of your emotions, thoughts, and physical sensations in the moment. This awareness allows you to detach from automatic reactions and create space to choose how to engage. Practicing mindfulness regularly trains your brain to slow down and avoid knee-jerk reactions. Techniques such as deep breathing, body scans, and focused attention help in cultivating this state. In moments of stress or anger, mindfulness gives you the ability to observe your feelings without letting them control your actions. It's not about suppressing emotions, but rather about observing them from a detached perspective, giving you more freedom to choose your next action. To integrate mindfulness into daily life, start with simple practices, such as focusing on your breath or noticing the sensations in your body when you're about to react. 3. Developing emotional intelligence for better responses. One of the key elements in moving from reaction to response is emotional intelligence, EQ. Emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our emotions, while also being empathetic to others' emotions. Training your EQ involves developing self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. When you increase your emotional intelligence, you gain greater control over how you handle difficult situations. Self-regulation, for instance, helps you to pause and think before responding, while empathy allows you to consider others' feelings and perspectives, preventing knee-jerk judgments. Exercises like journaling your feelings or practicing empathy with others can help build these emotional muscles. As you develop a greater awareness of your emotions and those of others, you'll be better equipped to respond thoughtfully and strategically in any situation. 4. Building patience and tolerance. Training your mind to respond rather than react also involves developing patience and tolerance. In many cases, reactions arise from a sense of urgency or frustration, whether that's in traffic, at work, or during difficult conversations. Patience is an essential skill that helps you resist the impulse to react in a rush. By practicing delayed gratification and embracing moments of discomfort, you can train your mind to be more tolerant of situations that trigger strong emotions. This might mean taking a few deep breaths before responding to an argument, or choosing to walk away from a stressful situation until you're able to think clearly. In the long run, building patience reduces impulsivity and helps you create a space for thoughtful responses. Additionally, tolerance helps you accept that some situations are beyond your control, making it easier to let go of the need to react. 5. Reframing negative thoughts to create positive responses. How you think directly influences how you respond to situations. Negative thought patterns such as catastrophizing, black and white thinking, or overgeneralization can lead to emotional reactions that are disproportionate to the actual situation. To break free from this cycle, you need to practice cognitive reframing. Reframing involves identifying negative thoughts and consciously replacing them with more balanced, constructive ones. For example, instead of thinking, I can't believe this is happening. Everything is falling apart. You could reframe the thought to, this is a challenging situation, but I can handle it and find a solution. By changing your internal dialogue, you reduce the emotional charge of a situation and allow space for a more measured, thoughtful response. Reframing also requires you to view situations from different perspectives, which often helps to reduce feelings of helplessness or anger, leading to a calmer and more responsive mindset. 6. The power of deep breathing and relaxation techniques. A powerful tool for shifting from reaction to response is the practice of deep breathing and relaxation techniques. When we are stressed or triggered, our body activates the fight or flight response, leading to rapid unconscious reactions. By learning to control your breathing and relax your body, you can counteract this physiological response and return to a calm, responsive state. Techniques such as diaphragmatic breathing, progressive muscle relaxation, or even yoga can help activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which calms the body and mind. Regular practice of these techniques improves your ability to manage stress in the moment. Additionally, by calming the nervous system, you gain better clarity and focus, enabling you to respond to a situation with intention rather than reacting impulsively. 7. Cultivating a growth mindset. A growth mindset, the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort, can also help in training your mind to respond thoughtfully rather than react. When you have a growth mindset, you see challenges as opportunities for growth, rather than as threats to your ego. This perspective helps you stay grounded when faced with adversity. Instead of reacting defensively or emotionally, you approach the situation with curiosity and resilience. A growth mindset encourages you to see mistakes as part of the learning process, reducing the fear and frustration that can lead to reactive behavior. Cultivating this mindset involves reframing setbacks as valuable lessons and embracing challenges as a path to self-improvement. 8. Creating new habitual responses. To solidify the ability to respond rather than react, it's important to create new habitual responses to common triggers. Just as we develop habits in any area of life, we can develop habitual responses to stressors and triggers. This process involves first becoming aware of the patterns of your reactions, and then consciously choosing alternative responses that are more thoughtful and intentional. You might practice responding to minor annoyances with humor or compassion, or take a brief moment of silence before engaging in difficult conversations. Over time, these new responses become ingrained and automatic, just like the old reactions. Consistent practice and reinforcement of these new patterns will make it easier to choose a calm and measured response when faced with challenging situations. If you like this video and would like to see more like it, please give it the thumbs up. Leave a comment and click the button to subscribe.